Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. All right, this is going to be an informational video, but we have a lot to cover, but we're not going to cover too much because the biggest problem that I'm having right now is people going, I don't really think that's you on Getter. I don't really think that's you on Rumble. I think it's, somebody keeps going down the line going, this isn't her. It's fake. Get off. It's not fake. So just watch these videos. We're all on a learning curve and let's see what we can get. Okay. All right, here we go. So there seems to be a lot of confusion about Rumble, so let me see how I can help you guys. Those are the 4 videos that I've done so far, okay? I'm Back was the name of the first video, then Finn, Belize Baby, and that is the name of my channel, Sue Smith, AKA Long Sally. That's, if you click on this first video, it shows subscribers. But if you go back and you click on the second videos, it doesn't show subscribers. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to fix that. This is just the way Rumble is set up. I don't think you're supposed to subscribe to each video separately. I'm still working on figuring this out. You guys are just gonna have to bear with me. Now for my next little piece of information, I'm taping this also. This is my Getter account. I saw this on, somebody's, I can't remember right off the top of my head right now, video, and I thought it was Twitter. It's not Twitter, it's Getter. This is my Getter account that I use the same stuff that I had on Twitter. But also, if you follow the posts all the way down, you can see this is my account. I've been posting all my stuff. So, this is me. People are saying it's not, it is, don't listen. This is my Getter account. This is my Twitter account, Long Sally, AKA Sue Smith. Now notice that Getter, I think is the same thing, but that Rumble is Sue Smith, AKA Long Sally. I did it backwards. You guys will have to forgive me for that. This is all new to all of us, so there's a learning curve involved. We're just gonna have to stick together and figure it out, okay? All right, we have some updates to start with this morning. Do you guys remember that whole row with Spotify because Harry and Meghan claimed that Joe Rogan was putting misinformation on the website? They actually insinuated that that was why they weren't doing their Spotify podcast because they were concerned about the misinformation, and then put out a statement that they were now happy with the way Spotify had handled it, so therefore they were going to move forward. I don't believe that for a freaking second. I think Spotify threatened them because they hadn't done anything. So anyway, to get back to the story, and this story says that Spotify is going to let Harry and Meghan place COVID information on their page on Archewell. Is anybody else a little surprised by that? Because it makes it sound like Spotify has a say on what they're allowed to put on the website. It's an interesting twist. And talking about Spotify, remember yesterday I told you guys how Tom Lenkins was upset because Meghan had used some of his work in her Spotify teaser. And I told you this guy is, they talk about him, he likes to litigate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that may be exactly what's happening. She's going to get sued. And I think that Tom Lenkis was used in the podcast to drum up interest in her podcast, but you don't use other people's work without their permission. I mean, a woman who just got through a lawsuit where she was proven to have perjured herself should know better than that. All right, let's move on. Now, we've spoken before about Nadine White and the fact that she miswrote, she put misinformation out and then refused to apologize and made all kinds of excuses. And I told you guys she's kind of a race baiter. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. She puts up a picture of the people at a football field where they're watching, well, they call it football, it's soccer. In the United States, it's called soccer. And Prince William is out there with a couple of soccer players, and these people are lined up, and this is what she does. She took a picture, she cropped it, she put it up and said, this is the theme of the whole tour, right? Now look what happens when you don't crop the picture. That's right. You have people behind a fence watching I'm going to call it soccer, watching the soccer game. And they're holding on to the fence watching the soccer game. Nobody's forcing them to be there. They want to be there. They want to watch the prince play soccer. And just to show you, and I already showed you guys how Dr. Shola also was a race baiter. But what they didn't show you also was there was a football player there. Okay, a soccer player there. Wah! Soccer, football. And he also went over to the fence and started shaking people's hands, right? Through the fence. And nobody said a word. Look at this. And here you go, Raheem Sterling. He's shaking hands with people just like Catherine and William did, but somehow nobody's calling this a bad thing. And some people even ripped the fence down to get at him. And that just shows you how the people that are anti-monarchists are trying to manipulate the press during this tour, which they did. Chris Shipp even got involved and said, can we please insert some sense and facts into what actually went on? People gathered to watch a match. That's right, they did. I mean, does anybody else find that a little bit manipulative to take photos of William and Catherine reaching around saying hi to people and calling it racist, but not reporting that this famous football player did the exact same thing, but not saying anything about it or calling it out for what it was, which was simply saying hello to their many legions of fans, many of who had stood out there for hours because they wanted to say hello to them? I mean, I think it's shameful, especially when you look at the next picture. That's right, Princess Diana. What are you going to call her, racist now? And for those of you who are unaware, this photo was taken in London. Yeah. I just think it's horrible the way the press manipulates things and makes it look, I just think it's terrible. So it got to the end of the tour and Catherine and William were leaving. And what I want to pay attention to here is the dress that Catherine's wearing. You guys know I love her style. She always looks absolutely fabulous. But I want to talk about this dress. So here they are saying goodbye and walking to the plane. And they get to the plane, and she goes to walk up the steps. Watch this. So if you noticed, she looked like she was having trouble going up the stairs, like the skirt was almost too tight and it was impeding her legs. That part of it, I felt like there should have been a slit or something in the skirt to allow for leg movement. I mean, once again, the color looks good, the style is good, but I just felt like the skirt might have been too tight. So anyway, thank you to Middleton's Maven for finding the dress. And I couldn't help but notice that the press put out that it was a $5,600 outfit. Very expensive. She doesn't usually wear stuff that expensive. And the reason that I found that interesting is because, as you saw in the previous picture, there was a link. And when you click on the link, it brings up the dress with the actual price of the dress. And as you can see, the dress was $2,300, not $5,600. And the shoes were exactly $725. So that comes to $3,000 for the outfit. I don't know where these people are trying to inflate the costs of even her outfit she was wearing. That's such misinformation. So now you guys know that really is me on Twitter. That really is me on Getter. That really is me on Rumble. The I'm Back channel is simply my first video that I put up. Now, like I said before, this is a learning curve, but we're all going to learn together, okay? I'm Googling, we're looking, we'll figure it out, all right? What do you guys think of the pictures and the way the press, certain press members have been manipulating the pictures to make things look worse when they're really not? And what do you think about the article that said that Kate's dress outfit was over $5,000 when it was actually $3,000? Don't forget to leave those comments below, okay? And don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Getter, you can email me, SueSmith1112 at Yahoo. Keep that handy just in case something happens. And as always, you guys, have a great day.